Oxford from the inside. The good, the bad, but always the truth.
Hiya, I'm Megan, and welcome to this episode of Oxford from the Inside, the good, the bad, but always the truth. So today we're joined by Hardeep. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name's Hardeep. I'm in my third year studying maths at Trinity College.
Welcome to the show. And today we're going to be talking about the Oxford South Asian Art Society, shortened to OxSAAS, because Hardeep here was a member of the committee last year. So to get this started, Hardeep, do you want to tell me a bit about what is OxSAAS and what was your role in it?
So OxSAAS, Oxford South Asian Art Society, basically do it all. If you can name a South Asian art, that's what we do, from dancing, singing, some not so much, but like if it's people want to, we can, like drama, poetry, if there are people, not so many, literally any kind of art, even like Hindi classes now, anything you name it, like OxSAAS do it. And I was the treasurer of OxSAAS stuff from October 2019 to 2020. So I just passed on the role a few months ago. But I also did like bits and bobs. I did a bit of everything. So I also did like the mailing list and that kind of stuff. So yeah.
And so obviously you said you were the treasurer on the committee. What are the other like committee roles and what does the committee do?
So there's the president who is basically like the main organizer of stuff. They like basically oversee everything and just organize everyone. It's like the leader, if you will, leader of the team. And then there's vice president, secretary, treasurer. There's also events officers, content manager, and also a social media manager. I don't think I've missed anything off. When I was on the committee, there was also a sponsorship officer, access officer, actually. It's literally just whatever people want to do, kind of. There's no like set, you need to have this person. So yeah.
And then so say you mentioned the secretary as well. So what's the secretary's role?
Secretary's role is usually mailing list, but we kind of just divvy it out whoever has time. It's very, very flexible, and they're mainly like a helping hand on like busy event days. So like I'm sure we'll come on to events later on, but they basically help with all the behind the scenes stuff, like organizing dates for rehearsals, like costumes, just like all the organizational stuff that you don't necessarily see like in at first glance, if that makes sense. It's all kind of like you do what you want, really. Like, you get out what you put in. So yeah, but that's roughly secretary.
Okay, and then all the other kind of smaller roles that you say might change depending on the rest of the committee. Do you want to talk a bit about those?
Yeah, so no one really has like a set role, like you must do this, like this is your job. It's very much like, oh, who has time to do this? Because like with Oxford workload and stuff like that, everyone's schedules are very different. Everyone's very like have different responsibilities and commitments outside. So everyone has broadly what they're supposed to do. Like treasurer, I look after the bank account. I do reimbursements if anyone needs to do them because I'm the only one with the account details. So like you have to. But other than, and like president obviously like has to oversee everything. But everything else is literally just on the OxSAAS group chat. Okay, does anyone have a free like evening to help out with this event, or like can you come to this? And it's usually the president who asks those questions. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. And so you talk about like events, things like Hindi classes, things like dance classes. So who runs those classes and how do you sign up?
Okay, so I'll start with the dance classes because there's loads of those. So it varies. So pre-corona, I taught Bollywood dance classes because we couldn't really find anyone really. Like, it's all about like who you can find. Like, if you can source someone from outside to teach, then that's great. But if not, a student at the university like myself might just do it for fun. Like, not necessarily someone qualified, but like, it's,
I mean, you have done quite a few years of Bollywood dance,
oh
like
yeah,
you're not
yeah.
unqualified.
As in, like, I don't have like a teaching qualification kind of thing, but it's like, it's, yeah. And then so this term, actually, there's also Bharatanatyam classes which are run by students, but the Bhangra classes, they're run by like actual very, very, very talented teachers from outside the university, and they're really fun. So, oh, and there's also Kathak classes, which the same teacher as the Bhangra classes, and yeah, they're very, very talented teachers and very, very good. But it's, yeah. And how do you sign up for them? So the mailing list is where all the Zoom, well, at the moment it's all on Zoom. So the mailing list is where all the Zoom links are sent out, so you can literally just join that way. And you can join the mailing list by just sending the OxSAAS page message or sending them an email or anything like that. Yeah, was that the
yeah, I think that answers
yeah.
the question. And so those are kind of the general events that run, you know, weekly or bi-weekly or whatever, that people can just sign up for. But OxSAAS, as we both know quite well, OxSAAS also run big events as well.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about some of those events?
Yes, so the main event of OxSAAS is UTSAV, which is our annual showcase, and that roughly translates to like a celebration kind of thing. So that happens at the end of Hillary term, so at the end of second term, around beginning to mid-March time every year. So that was the last big event we had before Corona got really big in here. So that's basically an annual showcase where anyone and everyone, Oxford students and Oxford locals, can perform anything they want of a South Asian form. I will also mention as well, you don't have to be of a South Asian background to come to any of these events at all. Like, we welcome literally anyone and everyone. But the actual art form is of a South Asian background. So it was like the UTSAV that we organised, the one just gone, was basically, it was a huge event. It was sold out. 120 people.
Like, the hall was packed.
Yeah, like you came there.
Yeah. It was so packed.
So, and that was really popular as well. Like, we had people who couldn't get tickets who really wanted to get tickets and that kind of thing. So that was a big success. We had loads of dancers, singers, musicians, you name it, literally the whole shebang. It was an amazing event, and that's like OxSAAS's main event of the year. I really do hope it happens this year, even if it's online. Like, it would still be really nice. And yeah, is there anything else you want me to
so I was just gonna say, also put on like a spread in the intermission with food and drinks, and like it's just a whole big thing.
Yeah, there was food in the intermission.
It's just a great time.
A really, really, yeah. So in my like 2.5 years at Oxford so far, UTSAV last year, I have to say, was probably my best night, like, in Oxford, hands down. Just because, like, Oxford and Oxford University is not diverse at all. Like, we know that. And it was just nice to have so much culture in one place. So yeah, if there's one event of OxSAAS you should come to is that one, or get involved in, or perform at, or whatever. It's that one.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many different performers. There really were. Just any form of art that you can think of, there was someone performing it. It was just, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And there's also like HUMSOC, which is Oxford's Hindu Society, organised Diwali Ball each year as well in November-ish time around Diwali. And so that's organised by them, but OxSAAS will do like organised performances there. So there was also dance performances there last Diwali Ball, because it hasn't happened this year, sad times. But yeah, so OxSAAS do that as well, and they were very, very nice.
Again, can confirm. Excellent performances.
Thank you. And there's also Diwali dinner, which happens pre-corona, happens every year at Christchurch Hall. So OxSAAS will also organise singers, dancers to perform like in between each course, and that's really nice as well. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that's all the like performance side of things that OxSAAS do. Yeah, I don't think there's any other performance.
I think that those are definitely the big events that you put on.
The big events, yeah.
Really just a big party, everyone has fun. It's incredible. I would really recommend, if you're in Oxford or you're coming to Oxford and you haven't been to, you know, UTSAV or any one of these events, I'd really just give it a go. It's amazing.
Even if you're not familiar with like the culture or whatever, like a lot of my friends came to watch and support at UTSAV, who like are not exposed to that very often, like I assume yourself.
Yeah, it's not something like at home,
like,
I've never really.
It's still something that you really enjoy. So
yeah, Hardeep always has a little support committee. And UTSAV, UTSAV aside, OxSAAS also organise kind of smaller social events and things like that aren't performance based. So do you want to talk about those a bit?
Yeah, so there's also club nights, which we will organise, Bollywood club nights, or the last one was a Desi Fusion club night. This is obviously pre-corona. So they're also really fun as well. They're usually on a weekday, so they don't get as much turnout as people would hope for, but they're still honestly such good nights, because you don't get much of that in Oxford, like Indian tunes, Desi tunes. So yeah, there's also club nights, and there's also, we run movie nights sometimes. So we'll just put on a Bollywood film and get some jar, which is tea, and just have a little wholesome movie night, you know. Also during one of these movie nights in Michaelmas term last year, so about a year ago now, on one of these movie nights we also made like welfare packs for the homeless, which is also really, really cute idea. I really like that, because it was very, very cold last winter, so yeah, that was nice. What else I think that's all the events that we do.
It's just nice ways of meeting other people and like socializing
100%.
and kind of relaxing in the busy term, and like
100%. And there's so much scope to so much different stuff. So like if anyone wants to like join the OxSAAS committee in the future, or if anyone has any ideas of what else they would like to see, like we're always open to like new ideas and stuff. So, and there's just so much scope to do loads of different stuff, which I like, which is really nice.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of as you've been saying, it's very flexible. There's no like, obviously you have the big events that you always put on, but it's very flexible. Every committee has different ideas of what events can be run. So it is very flexible and very welcoming and very open to whatever.
100%.
And I mean, you kind of already answered this, but what has your favourite part of OxSAAS been?
So you probably won't be surprised to hear me say it's Sav. But aside from that, it's going to sound really, really cheesy, but it's literally just the people I've met. Have honestly, we've become like a little family. It's so wholesome, and yeah, I honestly joining OxSAAS was probably at uni the best decision I've ever made at uni, just because like people you meet, the memories you make, and it sounds so cheesy, but it's so true.
I'm not judging.
It's so true. And yeah, it's Sav as well. I think outside of academics, that was probably my greatest achievement at uni. Yeah,
because I mean the committee organise everything for the show, you know.
Yeah, 100%. And there's so much organizational stuff that you don't realize happens, like booking an auditorium, making sure people are on time for rehearsals, making sure people have costumes, getting the food there on time, technology issues,
always technology issues.
always technology issues, making sure we have enough chairs, like just making sure everyone's there at the same time, doing a running order. There's so much stuff that happens behind the scenes that you don't see, but it's so much fun and it's very, very, very much worthwhile. Like if anyone's considering joining the committee, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, it's definitely always worth it.
Yeah.
And for those people who do, maybe they want to join the committee, maybe they don't, but like how can people get involved in OxSAAS?
So I would start by just coming to some of the classes, just seeing what they're like. I think they're all the Zoom classes now, I think they're all on Facebook for you to watch. So if you don't want to come to the Zoom classes and you want to see what they're like, you can just watch those. Yeah, come to the Zoom classes, even if you're like nervous about being the only one, that you like not knowing anyone and being the only one just turning up by yourself, like just do it. Like genuinely,
it's how you meet people, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like the first time I went to a Bollywood class in first year, I went on my own. I didn't know anyone and I was really nervous about that, but at the end of the day, like if you really hate it, you don't have to go again. But like I doubt you'll really hate it. Like if anything, you'll just end up loving it. So yeah, it's really not just go to the classes. And committee changes every Michaelmas term. Well, it's still a very new society. We've only had like one committee change so far. But, yeah, so if you want to get involved in that, there should be applications like over the summer, just before Michaelmas first term starts, which I very, very, very much recommend. And yeah, just come to the classes is how you can get involved, and then you meet people, and then you can just keep coming.
Yeah, and obviously even if you haven't been to any of the classes before, you can still perform in UTSAV. Like it really is open to everyone.
100%. Or if you want to lead some classes, we'd always welcome that. Literally anything you want to get involved in, there will be something, or we can make something available. Like all you have to do is message someone on the committee or just ask about it. Like you get out what you put in. So yeah, just go for it. Just go.
Yeah, I think it's the best thing with some of these kind of maybe more informal like student run societies. It really is just you can get out of it as much as you want to. There's no limit on how much you can do and what you can do.
100%. Yeah, like I didn't have to organise it, Seb. I didn't have to organise a Bollywood performance, but I'm so glad I did. It was so worthwhile. Because obviously like I was really busy with work, like a maths degree is super a lot of work. But when you leave uni, you're not going to remember the times you're just sitting at your desk stressing over work,
Mm.
you're going to remember like the dance performances you do and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, that sounds really cheesy as well, but
No,
yeah.
I think no, it's so true though. Like, as much as busy you might be with work, like work is something, you're always going to have work in life, but you're never always going to have the opportunity to do something like UTSAV or Ox or just any of the OxSAAS classes. So get involved while you can.
Definitely. And they're good for complete beginners as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a complete beginner, never danced before or never done anything like it before, like it's literally perfect for you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just get involved.
Yeah, great. I think that's all I have to ask you. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think I've covered everything.
Yeah.
I hope people get involved in any way, shape or form.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I will try and link the sort of Facebook page and things like that for OxSAAS so people can have a look at it if they're interested, and you can message the committee if you want to get involved. So I'll link that for people who want to have a look.
There's also an Instagram page at OxSAAS, so follow that as well.
Nice plug.
Yeah.
I'll link that as well if I can. But yeah, so thank you for joining me. Oxford.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing everything with us. And I hope anyone who's listening to this who wants to get involved, please do get involved. It's an amazing society, and please get involved if you want to. So yeah, thank you for watching or listening, and until next time, bye bye.